Yo, right here in the small box. We're just going to watch a section of this. I don't need to react to this again because I already reacted to it before. But I want to play this again to help get an idea of where we're going to go with today's live. So I made sure to literally go through each section to find the part that I reacted to prior. It's right here. This is a podcast episode on R&B Money Podcast with Tank. They are interviewing Reid. And he has some things to say that I've been talking about for a minute. And I have been mentioning him recently. But I feel like I want him to explain it. So that's why I went back to the video and say, you know what? Let's play it out for the live. Not only that we have a reference video to go back to, but as well as like we have a foundation to start with so we can build upon this whole thing. So I want to play that first, and then we're going to get to the other videos for today, all right? But before I say anything, or play anything, welcome back to the Flex in My Network, bro. How y'all feeling? Y'all feeling good? Y'all feeling active? Y'all feeling all right? Shout out to the Flex Mob. Shout out to the Shadow Mob. I appreciate y'all equally. Thank you for stopping by on today's live on this lovely Saturday. No matter where you are in the world, I appreciate you for tapping in with me for sure. We're going to have some fun today. It might get a little ranty. That's why I'm saying I'm going to try my hardest to keep it PG. I can't make no promises. What we got? Whoa! First of all, that caught me completely off guard. Let me just say that first. Okay, but shout out to Anthony and Bernoni for tapping in with the chat, bro. What's good, bro? Love all the way from Toronto, Canada, G. We got you. Don't even worry about it. Don't worry about what's the dirt, bro. That's a different Canadian. You tapped in with the right one. Understand me? So, thank you for stopping by. That is crazy. Yes, Tiff, you are not Pat Stay. I love it. That actually caught me all the way off guard. Holy, that's crazy. See, that's how you know I'm really on the right track for everything that I'm doing with this channel. Because I'm not like trying to rebuild, but I'm trying to reshape what's going on here. Because it's almost like a plague. We call this like Gotham City over here in Toronto because it's getting real nasty. I was on a little live literally a couple nights ago. Like I literally hopped in the live around like 1 a.m. on GTV Network. And we were there for a good like 3 hours chatting. Some arguments here and there, but we were chatting. So it's crazy. I appreciate you, Anthony. I appreciate you. Thank you, bro. That's crazy. I appreciate you. That's so wild, bro. But I really be trying to like move around here, get on different platforms, have the conversations, get the interviews going, and we get to the mess. We're not beating around the bush anymore. We're going to attack the mess now. We're tired of this. With everything that's going on in music, we need to lock in. So with this live today, we're going to do that. So that's why I wanted to start with the Reid conversation. Then we're going to hop into other videos and keep going and getting to the mess and figuring out and all that jazz, So let me just say, Anthony, listen, I got to say this right now to Anthony, bro. Your mind for figuring out what you figured out is like no other. Let me just say that. You see Good Brother in the Darkness, that took me all the way off guard. Ron right here. You see what he said? We F with your content heavy, super, super heavy. Not just me, the rest of the hip-hop community here on YouTube for sure. But your mind is incredible for the things that you figured out. Because I promise you, I wouldn't even begin to get to that. I won't even know how to get to that. So, we salute you for sure. We tip our hats off, our headbands off to you. We appreciate you. All right? So, I just had to say that before we get started. It's gonna be a good live today. We're gonna start with this LA Reid conversation. It's gonna be a little lengthy, but it's necessary for when we talk about what's going on with the industry. So we're gonna get it from the source itself, and then we're gonna expand upon what he's saying in other videos. So I want to go ahead and get started because y'all know me. I like to yap, bro. I'm a yapper. I can't help it. You know, I do what I do. I try my hardest to, like, you know, keep it light, but every time I try to keep it light, it's always heavy. So I'm going to do what I need to do, all right? So with that being said, I don't need to react. We're just going to go ahead and get started. Consider this like a mini movie night, you know, for a couple, like, maybe 15 minutes or so. But let's go. Let's go.
Not that. It's that I like that country music found its way because the first country recording of note was a black man. Mm-hmm. We all know that. Yep. That's historic. That's documented. Yeah. And for it to make its way back to being represented by black people, like I love that. Yeah. Right. And so much of music traces back to black performers like rock and roll is Little Richard and Chuck Berry. Talk about it. Right. Yep. And so I know how important we are to music as black people. And no disrespect, but as black men, I know how important we are as well. Yes, sir. Yeah. Right? And I'm like, okay, so what's happening now? The best soul singer on the show might have been like Benson Boone. He could sing his face off, right? Mm-hmm. And Teddy Swims. They could sing, man. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But they sing in soul music. And they don't look like Tank. And they don't look like Usher. And they don't look like Chris Brown. And so I'm just like, what's happening? And so I see it as an opportunity. Yes. I see it as an opportunity to try to make a contribution and to try to focus on the youth, you know, black youth that sing. Mm-hmm. And that's why I thank you guys for allowing my artists to come on your show and sing. You know, J. Don Paradise. Absolutely. Because I'm trying to find the next generation of that, man. I don't want to see another show and say it's great, but see us missing. Right.
As you say that, I'm just thinking about our upbringing where we had Bobby, we had New Edition. Yes. We had Guy. Mm-hmm. We had Babyface. Right. We had R. Kelly. We had Maxwell. We had it. Like, man. And we got to see him. We had Joe to see. Boys to Men. I'll be sure.
Thank you.
We got to see.
We had High Five. We had, so many of them.
But we got to see him.
Yeah.
Right.
No, but I mean, in that in itself, you're doing the work.
Yeah,
you're doing the work by having Paradise, by having J-Don. Yeah, like that's extremely important. Like to continue it and to give it opportunities, right? Because I'm sitting there and my daughter's 9 years old, and we're watching it. She knows, she's introducing me to stuff and introduced me to music, and her excitement as a 9-year-old young black girl watching the Grammys, it kind of caught me off guard. Mm-hmm. Like my daughter literally was looking at the clock. So Dad, it comes on at because now
that's a first.
Everything is on demand. Yeah. Everything is on demand. My daughter is counting down until the Grammy starts. She's saying we got to have dinner at this time, or we got to grab some snacks, and we're gonna be on this couch, right, watching the Grammys. Yeah. So when I see that, I'm like, okay.
What's good, Susie?
Who's going to give her the music and the soundtrack for her life that looks like her? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Or that she can be excited.
Say that again.
For her life that give her the music and the soundtrack for her life that looks like her. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Or that she can be excited about. Listen, I got a daughter. I know at some point she gonna run off with some boy. You know what I mean?
That's right.
She gonna want to put a picture of a boy in her locker. Right. I get it. Me being in the position that I'm in,
it's probably gonna be Paradise. By the way, I'm just saying.
Listen, me being in the position that I'm in music, I'm like, oh, I have to help create that for her.
You do, man.
Have to. You know what I mean? I have to help.
What's good, Jordan? I see you. Yes, definitely W for Ant for sure. Big W for Anthony.
usher in these artists.
Yeah.
These young artists that are speaking to her.
Yeah.
Like, we need a Down My Heart.
Right. Come on, don't do that.
We need a Mr. Telephone Man.
Don't do that.
So here's the difference. Like, and here's how I just thought of this while I'm sitting here, and why I think that it's that way. You know, there was a time, and in the past, not that distant past, but we were talking earlier about Dick Griffey. Mm-hmm. We talked about Berry Gordy.
Yes.
We talked about Gerald Busby. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. We talked about black leaders who were the curators of the music that we loved, right? And that's that.
Y'all heard what he said when we talk about the black leaders that curated the music that we love? Oh, we're building a foundation today. Let's hear that again.
Black leaders who were the curators of the music that we loved, right? And that is all but missing. We still have great ones. We still have Sylvia Rhone. We have, Zeke Lewis. We have Tunji. We have some great executives in really great positions. Definitely. But very, very few.
Yeah.
And only, I think you and I talked about it. How many important boutique labels do we have that are black? Because that's where the community is built from, right? Right.
Absolutely.
Keep in mind, this episode of the podcast came out about 8 months ago. So from what? Today, well, November now, but November, October, September, August, July, June, May, April. So around March or April is when this episode came out. But I just want to play that part again.
In really great positions, but very, very few.
Yeah.
And only, I think you and I talked about it. How many important boutique labels do we have that are black? Because that's where the community is built from, right? Right.
Absolutely.
You started at Blackground, right?
Yep.
Right.
Boutique.
Yeah. A boutique, right? Yeah. And an artist I had started at LaFace, and there was Uptown artists, and there was Death Row artists, there was Motown artists, and there was Stax artists, and there were like, and that was where black music was nurtured, curated, and it wasn't, no disrespect to anybody, but it wasn't so much us asking for permission. Because people that looked like us were making those decisions, and look how different the industry looked then. So the moment we just talked about when we said Guy and Al B. Shore and Keith Sweat, and Babyface, and Heavy D and the Boys, and I could keep going on and on, and Boys to Men, right? Guys, those are black people making decisions about the music we heard.
We're missing from the conversation. We're missing from the meetings. We're missing from those boardroom interviews or listening parties. We're missing from the equation. That's the overall problem that I don't think anybody has said yet from our usual channels that we listen to. And to be fair, we're literally getting the information from the source. So, from the source, he's confirming that we're not at the tables. But that makes sense. That's been making sense. Because when we think about what's going on behind the scenes in the industry, going back to my whole, being in the room conversation that I had a couple lives ago, we're not in this room. They're making the room to fill up artists that have our skin color or have that swagger, that energy, that vibe. They're creating the room to fit them in there. But they're also, I would say, curating this room the way they see it. So they're going to put in the usual suspects. That's why we had City Girls. That's why we had Sweetie. That's why we had Lotto. Ice Spice, Glorilla, Scarlip, throwing Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, Lola Brooke. By the way, where's Lola Brooke? That literally from all the female rap artists that we've gotten, she was my favorite. Lola Brooke was my favorite. Where did she go? And she was repping for you, New York heavy. She done disappeared. Whatever contract she in, she didn't sign the right one. But that's the overall problem to this equation. So, having that in mind now, going to everything else that we're going to get into later, we're going to talk about how they keep changing the rules, like what Ron said when he came in here. They're going to talk about how the people that are working behind the scenes are in shambles. They don't know what to do. They're going to talk about how what they think is working is not working anymore. We're going to get to all that, but let's keep going a little bit more.
On a national, international level. Yeah. That is all but dead. So if you look at the Grammy stage, what you see missing is people that look like us. That's what's missing.
Wow.
And it's changed music. Because all the music decisions are now being made by mostly white men. So look at the stage. The artists are great, by the way. I love Chaperone.
They're giving us space for the street artists. They're putting the street artists in this room to give them some sort of success. But these street artists cannot be translated to other platforms. They can't be transported to other platforms. You can't put Lil Durk here. You can't put Lil Durk over there. You can't put Lil Durk over here. You can put J. Cole in a couple of these places for sure. But they don't want that because they want to push their artists onto the stage for the world to see, like on the Grammys. Y'all see the problem? Like literally right now what we're doing is that we're building an equation. And while we're building the equation, at the same time, we're going to solve it. So we're building the problem and to solve for X at the same time. That's literally what we're doing right now. So for anybody out there that wasn't really good at algebra, damn. Honestly, I started learning algebra in like grade 4 or grade 5. So I caught that information a little early, if I'm gonna be honest. But what's going on right now is a very big imbalance in the music industry, and it's a big problem. It's getting to a point where we have to do things ourselves. And that's literally what's happening. Oh, hip-hop fell off the charts. If you're going to be real right now, it's not even that bad. If we're going to be completely honest. Honestly, it's kind of good. It's kind of good because now they have to wake up and listen to what's going on right now. A lot of people out there think it's bad. It's not bad. It's actually good. It's good that they're stuck. It's good that they're confused. It's good that they don't have the answer. It's good that they don't know what to do because at some point, y'all gonna have to do y'all research. Think about that for a second. It's good to be in this space even though it looks so bad. But the reason why they have it looking so bad is because they're trying to, it's almost like marketing with a scare tactic to pull in more people to make them feel better. You know what I'm saying? And that's the crazy part. What's good, Furry B? What's good? How you doing? Mister, I cracked the code himself. But just think about that for a second, you know? It's actually super crazy to sit here and be like, oh, we have to, who is it? Who is this Freddie Gibbs? I think I know his name. What was it? Was it Pusha W? Was it Pusha B? I think it's Pusha B, right? Let me go ahead and search this real quick. Oh, yeah, that's the guy. Oh, his name is Pusha T. So who is this guy that looks just like him? Pusha T has an older brother. They go by the clips. They dropped an album. They perform at the Vatican. They perform at Complex. What's going on? Yo, hold on. Let me go ahead and listen to this music and see if it fits the criteria that we're looking for. This isn't what we want. What do we do with this? What do we do? This don't sound like Cash Cobain. This don't sound like any of them street black guys out there. Hold on, let's see. I said Freddie Gibbs. Let me go ahead and search this Freddie Gibbs guy. He dropped the project too. What am I supposed to do with this? Hold on a second. What about this? I see this white guy with glasses. I'm just trying to figure out. Okay, what's his name? The white guy with glasses. Oh, he's a producer. Okay, he's a producer. All right, so let's check out. He recently dropped the project with another black guy named Hit Boy. Oh, he's a producer too. Oh, hold on. Let me go ahead and search this real quick. Just trying to understand like what's going on. Both of them can rap. Man, what the hell is going on here? Yo, that's just like an example of what's going on behind the scenes. Like It's just ridiculous at this point. We're gonna listen to some more and then we're gonna keep going right now. Let me back it up a little bit for context.
And it's changed music. Because all the music decisions are now being made by mostly white men. So look at the stage. The artists are great, by the way. I love Chaperone. I fucking thought Benson Boone was incredible. I really did. I love the artists, right? Mm-hmm. I really love Dolce, by the way. So she's an exception to every rule. Right. Dolce. She fucking exception to every rule.
But Dolce is also
boutique.
From a boutique.
Thank you. That's Top Dawg, right?
Yep.
Top Dawg.
Thank you.
Top
Thank
Dawg,
you.
Punch.
Yep.
Like
you're not wrong with yourself.
The TDE tree.
Yeah.
Even going to Kendrick.
Thank you.
Because
that's my point. The TDE tree gave us Kendrick. It gave us Dolce.
Yeah.
Right. SZA.
Who that man is.
Yeah.
We used to have 10 of those in the industry.
Talk about.
Oh, today's going to be good. Today is going to be good. It's going to be good. Like, what TDE is doing with their artists. L.A. Reid said himself, we used to have 10 of those. Just think about that for a second. We used to have 10 of those. What happened? That's my question. You know? It's interesting to hear it from the source instead of hear it from somebody that's trying to claim and be the source. I need to hear that again, please.
You're not wrong with yourself.
The TDE tree.
Yeah.
Even going to Kendrick.
Thank you. Because that's my point. The TDE tree gave us Kendrick. It gave us Dolce.
Yeah.
Right. SZA.
Who that man is.
Yeah.
We used to have 10 of those in the industry.
Talk about it.
We used to have 10 or 15 of those in our industry.
That were empowered.
And those people are wiped out for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Those people are wiped out and fucking neutered, and look at what it's doing to our industry. And that pisses me the fuck off.
Yeah.
Initially, we were all mad because we had some idea of what's going on. The Flexion Mind Network really breaks it down, right? We really break it down and try to explore this realm. And as we continue to explore this realm when it comes to hip-hop being off the Billboard charts, we're coming to realize that it's really not the worst thing possible. When Kendrick dropped Watch the Party Die, it did what no other artist could do. It damn near resetted rap. Just think about that for a second. Kendrick damn near resetted rap music off of everything he's done. From winning the beef, dropping GNX, announcing the Super Bowl, winning 5 Grammys, for Not Like Us. Let's go back a little bit. The pop out. Every moment in the pop out, not just Kendrick's moment. When Kendrick let a plethora of artists around LA perform on the pop out stage. And then Kendrick coming in, starting with Euphoria, and then ending off with playing Not Like Us 6 times. Fast forward now. Kendrick winning the Grammys, 5 Grammys. Being a big feature on Playboi Carti's album. I'm still bumping Good Credit because that song is tough. Kids in my body, and that's my kids. I keep with nobody. You know what this is? The Vamps and the Boogies. We trip through the party. The paddock is flooded and way over budget. I lose it on tour. I would have said you too, but you knew what the list was for. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro. And then him coming to Toronto to perform for 2 sold-out nights and then proceed to sell out a plethora of stadiums. Just think about that for a second. This run is insane. And I said from the jump, this battle was a career versus career battle. And whoever wins, their career is going to turn golden. And look at what's happening with Kendrick right now. And it all started with a simple verse. Just think about that. Imagine a verse being a trap that he set for him to win the biggest battle in all of hip-hop. Just think about that for a second. That's so insane to me. And because of this run, and then dropping Watch the Party Die, and then dropping GNX, and the message with GNX is that I think it went by he watched the party die only so he can rebuild it again his way or something like that. Essentially, it's like almost like laying destruction over hip hop to rebuild it with a better foundation to be better. In a sense, we're in an opportunity moment to rebuild hip hop to be better than what it was before. Before it was great, and look what it did for over 50 years. Now we have an opportunity to make it better than before. But we all need to lock in, regardless if we're an artist or a consumer. Everybody needs to lock in. Because this is an opportune moment to change everything. So that's why I'm here today to say, you know, hip-hop falling off the charts is kind of a good thing. Because now we have an opportunity to really fix this thing that's been damaged for so long. And that's good. There's a little bit more I want to play. Let's keep going.
Because I love music, man, and I love artistry, and I'm not prejudiced. I signed Avril Lavigne, I signed Pink, I signed Camila Cabello, I signed a lot of people, Megan Trainor.
Yeah. Talk your shit, man.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah. Neighbor, remember, before R&B, before hip-hop, R&B had a good spot, right? But with hip-hop, R&B found new legs. You know what I'm saying? When you had the authenticity with hip-hop, that ushered in the authenticity in R&B. Just think about that. I'm just reading your comment right here. But it's happened to all of our genres. R&B isn't getting exposure either. I blame 2000s R&B and everyone trying to sound like CB or Usher. I don't disagree, but that's what happens when you have such a strong foundation. You know? And to be honest, I loved 2000s R&B. Not only that I grew up in it, maybe it's a bias that I grew up in it, but we had a very good, range of quality artists in R&B, regardless if it was male or female. And think about it, the female R&B artists back then, same with some female rap artists, they had, let me take that back. The female rap artists of today got way more exposure, but a lot of the female R&B artists back then, they had good exposure too. So that's what I'm seeing it as. You know? Just making sure to catch up with everybody's comment before I continue. The lack of dangling seems like a problem too. Wow. Put that on the T. Oh, y'all make me sick, bro. Early 2000s was okay. It went downhill. Yes, that's the era we need to be talking about more. It's the 2010s when everything went wrong. Because the music that we loved, everything turned into party music. That's, me personally, neighbor, I think that's where you should be saying how everybody started to sound like Usher and Chris Brown. It was the 2010s and not the 2000s. The 2000s. It was the 2010s when everybody wanted to sound like Usher and Chris Brown. Because remember, both artists hopped on dubstep tracks. And those were hit records. And people followed that formula. The same, what's it called? The same DJ Mustard beat. We all remember it. If we don't remember it, I'll play a little bit of it right now. We all know a DJ Mustard beat. This. We all know that DJ Mustard beat. That beat was spread all across the 2010s. He literally had a run where every song sounded the same. That's where a lot of people got the narrative of Chris Brown sounding literally the same because of DJ Mustard and the kind of run Chris Brown was going with DJ Mustard as a producer or core producer. Just think about that for a second. It wasn't the 2000s because we were good in the 2000s. That's when music was at its peak, in a sense. It's the 2010s and the introduction of party and getting lit kind of music is when it went downhill. And 2010s come. We were still on the same the 2020s came and we were still on the 2010s run, but we evolved it. That's when we were supposed to shift from it. But with the pandemic and everything was delayed until 5 years after, which is today. So think about that. That's crazy. LTFM, what's good? What's good, bro? 2007 to 2017 is the best decade in music, period. Hey, bro, listen. I'm not disagreeing with you at all. But I see where things started to change. And here's the thing. I liked all of it from 2000s to 2010s. I liked all of it. All of it sounded good to me. It sounded really good to me. You know? So that's where I'm like, I'm walking the duality of that line where it's like, I like it, but I understand why it's poison. But I like it. But it's very poison with almost no antidote. But I like it. You're not going to take Sheck West from me. You're not going to take that from me. I'm going to tell you that right now. You're not going to take away Steve Aoki from me, bro, with that house party joint. With that Project X song. You're not going to take that from me. Mustard and Metro, I agree. This is when I got to say also we started to lose our shows like 106 in Park and oh, buddy. When 106 in Park left us, that broke me. Because I'm like, where am I going to go to get music? Because that's where I was introduced to Ish. Was 106 in Park. Bro. Oh my God. Yo, I used to run home from school just so I can catch not only Fresh Prince, but also catch 106 in Park on the TV upstairs. Because my parents would watch the news at 6 p.m. I'm going through trying to find Channel 49 to get to listen to 106 in Park for as long as I can before I got to go do homework, Bro, I miss 106 in Park so much. And as much as we want it back, it's not going to work today. Unless whatever shift that we're going through allows it to come back. Oh, I miss it. 2010s was 15 years ago, but the 2000s was 15 years ago, but the 2010s were 5 years ago. Yo, I think your math is I understand your point as well. You're cooking. Yeah, I appreciate it, bro. Oh, my God. W core memory. That's a fact. MTV Jams was my ish. CMT, VH1, 106 in Park. Oh, buddy, I watched it all. I don't know. I couldn't do it before school because I always used to wake up just on time, you know? But after school, I was right there. What did they do, bro? They literally messed up music. Just think about that for a second. Whoever's working behind the scenes in the industry literally messed up music. But like I said, it's a good thing now.
Yeah. I'm not prejudiced.
Yeah.
I broke the Killers and I broke Fall Out Boy.
Let's go back a little bit so we can get some context.
And that pisses me the fuck off.
Yeah.
When people are wiped out for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Those people are wiped out and fucking neutered, and look at what it's doing to our industry. And that pisses me the fuck off.
Yeah.
Because I love music, man, and I love artistry, and I'm not prejudiced. I signed Avril Lavigne, I signed Pink, I signed Camila Cabello, I signed...
A black man signed Pink and Avril Lavigne. Let's just stop there for a second. Because he said himself, he's not prejudiced. But the fact that we had Avril Lavigne, the fact that we've had Pink, I don't know about Camila Cabello. That's you messed up there. But those two examples, it shows that we still had everybody in mind while still giving the people what they want. What's going on in the industry behind closed doors is my question, because that's your job. As you're supposed to understand what the people want and what the people need. Whatever's going on behind the scenes, they're thinking about what can we do to manipulate the people. They're using music to manipulate, which is why people are moving and acting a certain way today. Back in the day, whoever was working there was trying to provide for the people. Now they want to manipulate the people. Y'all see the play? That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy to me, man. It's ridiculous. Yo, here at the Flexion Mind Network, bro, I don't play around. Y'all say I'm cooking. At this point, I must be a chef. At this point, I must be a chef. Because apparently I stay cooking, bro. I stay cooking for real. This is ridiculous. Let me get to some of these comments real quick. As much as we complain the industry for music, people went to concerts, bought songs, streamed, and bought merch. Imagine being a metal fan today. That doesn't even exist. But I see your point. Not before school with Sailor Moon, Pokemon, and Mummies. Mummies alive. I'm sick. Don't kill me. That's not my time. My first time ever staying up through a whole night was watching MTV Jams when I was a kid. Damn. It's crazy. And James Bond Jr. Nigga, all right, you just listen shows now. I think I would have just stayed quiet on Camila. I'm just saying, brother, I don't disagree with you, bro. Let's keep going, though.
And a lot of people, Megan Trainor.
Yeah. Talk your shit, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm not prejudiced.
Yeah.
I broke the Killers and I broke Fall Out Boy.
Damn.
And the Bravery. I do this shit, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not talking from a racial prejudice standpoint. I'm saying, guys, there's something that's missing. It's us. We're missing, and it's pissing me off. And I want to see, and it ain't got to be me. I'm not lobbying for no fucking job. I ran every company already. I'm good.
With us off the charts, music gonna get real dry. That just goes to show you how powerful hip-hop is. With us off the charts, this music gonna get real dry. It's gonna get real dry. For all my Caribbeans out there, when you eat 2 pieces of hard dough bread and you put some butter in between it, it's gonna get real dry. Dry. For all my Caribbeans out there that eat water crackers, it's gonna get real dry. Dry. It's sharp but dry. Yo, it's gonna get real dry in the industry. And they're to blame. Because y'all not doing y'all research. Yet all the music's in front of you because y'all have the same access to DSPs as we have access to it. So what's your excuse? You're relying on numbers. That's great. That's cool. That's your decision. But we got the ear. With our ear, we can let you know what's good and what's not good. We need to be part of the conversation to make y'all feel better. Think about it. I played a random song off of an old Chris Brown album to start the stream. And that song sounds way better than half of Taylor Swift's catalog. One song sounds way better than half of Taylor Swift's catalog. Through my eyes, it's better than her whole catalog. And it's a pop record. It's a pop record. I put pop against pop. And this joint is better than her whole catalog. And that's one song from an album that has over 20 songs. I played a song off the Breezy album called Forbidden. Chris Brown, we know it. Or some of y'all should know it. You know what's crazy when you think about it? Beavis and Butthead were the first to open the door for reaction channels. That's crazy. I've got to go. I have to try to get up early. Sleep well, Tiny. Have a great night. I hope you wake up with a nice, bright sunshine on your face and nothing but positivity in your heart. Sweet dreams and sleep well. I agree with that IG story you post. These MFs don't want to support enough. Brother. Don't even get me started. Make sure y'all tap in with me on Instagram, eh? The Flex Your Mind Network on Instagram. Make sure you tap in with me there too, bro. Make sure you follow me on Instagram because I do be posting on there as well. I'm posting reels, a lot of information, things that I might be talking about on the live, but tap in with me on Instagram for sure because I'm not only like more active on there, but the things I'm posting is all substantial. So y'all see the social medias right there. Instagram is the first one. Tap in with me, you know? Let's keep going.
Good, right? But I'm looking for the next generation to get an opportunity. I'm looking for the next generation of tastemakers to have an opportunity to make decisions without having to ask permission. Because the decision that you make when you don't have to ask permission is a very different decision about music. Like, you know, you feel me? Anyway,
yes, sir.
I'm on my soapbox, man. Let me chill out.
No, hey.
Yeah. Preach.
I'm on my soapbox.
This is why
we matter, man.
This is why you were so important to come here.
We matter. What we do matters.
The texture, the fabric, it matters. It matters. And the free-for-all at this point, I get it.
It's all good.
I get it. But there were people, when there were pillars in place,
yeah, man,
holding up the fucking building. We were
that's right.
Great. Jeez.
Because
those boutiques would get in the trenches.
Oh, bro, think about it. Rowdy. So deaf.
Trenches.
Come on, man. Thank you. Thank you. I left out disturbing the peace.
Disturbing the peace.
Right.
Oh,
it's so many. Cash Money. Come on, man. These black.
Yeah, I'd rather say No Limit than Cash Money right now, but I respect it. I respect where you're going. Keep in mind, this came out 8 months ago, but I wouldn't have said Cash Money. I would have said No Limit, especially right now, because boy, oh boy. You about it? Yeah, we about it. Buddy. I hate that I forgot that song.
Black boutiques created nothing but stardom.
Nothing but
stardom. And those were not decisions that they asked permission to make. That's talent that came their way and they said yes because they thought it was great. And that's the difference.
Yeah.
I trust me, none of the stars we're talking about are algorithmic signings.
Not at all.
Every
not
one of
close.
them was somebody who said, I love that.
Yeah, nobody got signed off for analytic.
Everybody said, I love. Somebody said, I love.
I got you, Furry B, bro. I've been watching reaction channels for years. And about like a year and a half ago, I said, let's do it. And here I am today.
Of Tank.
Yeah.
That same person said, I also love Timberland. And that same person said, I also love Aaliyah. And that same person, right? Taste.
Yeah.
That's taste. Barry Gordy said, I love the Temptations. I love Marvin Gaye. I love Stevie Wonder. I love the Jackson 5. That's taste. Right? That's what it was.
Now it's tasteless.
Top Dog's like, oh, I love Kendrick. Oh, I love SZA too. I love Doechii. He's got taste. That man got taste. Cash Money said, I love Lil Wayne. I love Drake. I love Nicki. They got taste. Maybe the best taste there is. Right?
He might not know what be going on over on that side with Cash Money, but that's cool.
Guys, that whole thing is gone.
Now it's tasteless.
And you go look at the Grammys, you see who's sitting down front. You don't see nobody look like us down there now. You know, you don't see nobody like that.
Nope.
Wow. And that's why Larry Jackson is so fucking important.
Yep.
Yeah. That's why I ride with that man. I ride with him. I ride for him. That's why. Because I'm like, okay, you're the next generation of taste.
Can we talk about your partnership with you and Usher?
Yeah.
Mega.
Yes, sir.
Partnering with.
Yeah.
Gamma.
So Usher.
So that's it for this video. I highly encourage to watch this episode. It's a little lengthy. It's 2 hours and 14 minutes on the R&B Money Podcast right here with Tank. LA Reid talks making hits and shaping music legends. Episode 142, I highly recommend. They do have an episode with Chris Brown. I believe it was like an hour long or so, if I'm correct. But all these interviews are substantial. They had an interview with the creator of 106 in Park on this podcast. I highly recommend watching that episode. Honestly, a lot of these episodes, all of these episodes are good. It's all information to just soak up and learn. And that's what I be doing when I just be like on my spare time, either when I'm like making a reaction video or editing, typing. I have these playing in the background. When I hear something interesting, I stop everything and I sit there and listen to that point that they made. When they finish the point, I go back and do my work. You know? But with everything that he's talked about right now we can move on to the next video. Now, we know that the Billboard be changing the rules all the time. But now that we have the idea of that, we're not even part of the conversation anymore. Now we can start to explore other videos now. So,